Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert training. I'm your host, Leandro Mada, and in this video what we're going to see is how we can retrieve all the information or the minimum amount of information that you require when you need to contact the technical support team when you have a program in the machine related to the PLC that doesn't work or doesn't work as you expected. Okay, or it just stop or lose some kind of communication or is having weird behavior when you shouldn't. So I'm going to explain to you what you need to do, okay, which are the files that you need to share to the technical support team. So let's go to the presentation. So basically what we have is the Syslog files and your application, okay, but I'm going to show you how you can prepare the files and everything for us. Okay, so basically there are 5 things. We need the project archive, okay, which is a way to save your projects. The Syslog files that basically are the system information on the controller, or the status of the controller, or all the modification that have been done and is located in the PLC. Then we need the just additional information, the PLC _R that give us a quick idea which is the real status of the controller when it's in stop, and then videos for the LEDs. Okay, probably you know, but in front of the PLC you have some LEDs, and depending on the flashing sequence and the indication if it's green, red, or whatever, it gives us an information of the actual status. And then having a description, finally having a description of the machine, which is the actual status, what's going on, the communication architecture, can also give us an idea to understand, have an idea, okay, the environment and what you're trying to do in order to figure it out, and also give another kind of workaround if there is an issue. So let's start with the simple part, okay, which is the project archive. Okay, so we usually say the project, save as or say project, and then we create a file.project. Okay, so what we can do, let me just put this over here, bam. So if we go to file, okay, you don't use this one, also this one, use this one, project archive. This project archive allows us to save in one file, this project archive file, additional information. For example, if you have a DTM or you have created your own library using external libraries, what you can do here in the project archive is to save inside this file that information. So when you share your program to us or to another colleague, and on the other side, there is no need to have the DTM or on the library to completely open the project. Okay, that's the main idea of this. So we are able to open the project as the same as you have on your machine, on your laptop. Okay, that's the main idea. So let's try to create this. So let me just show you how you can do it. It's very easy, straightforward. So file, project archive. In our side it will be extract, but I want you to save the archive, and here you have the libraries in case you want to add something additional, download information which has the application that you have, references devices. So if you have an external device, you can add it over here. You can see here the libraries. If you have an external library, you can add it over here. By default, all this minimum part is required. This is not necessary, but here you can add additional files. So this is what you need to save and share. Okay, training 2, save it, and we're gonna be fine. Okay, it takes time, a little bit of time. You can see in there the button is doing something. Okay, and that's all. Okay, so this part is simple. If you have the software, then the project archive is easy. And remember, if you have a password for the application, okay, remember to share it. Okay, so let's continue with this. The other thing is to use the Syslog. Okay, so let me just hide myself here. So the Syslog files are located inside the controller. So if you have access to Machine Expert, then you just double click on my controller when you are in device 3, select files, and in the right part you should be able to see this icon just to refresh and see everything you need. On the right part, okay, is your laptop, and the right part is the PLC. Okay, so depending on the PLC that you're trying to connect with, M251, M241, or the M262, you have different folders. Okay, you can see there's a few more in the M262, but what is important to us is the Syslog file. Okay, you just double click over there, and then you can see some information. Okay, this is the information you can have on the M241, M251, M241, or this case is the M262. What you need to do is to select all of them, okay, to move it to a specific location in your laptop. So let me just show you how this can be done. Okay, didn't. Okay, let's try doing this part. Okay, so let's connect to the controller. Is the one I've been working so far. Okay, that's why I don't go to the controller assist and make selection. So device 3, let me just close this part. So my controller, double click when you are in device 3. Here we just need to go to files, and in the left part you can see, or left, well, it depends, I don't have the mirror here, but you have all the locations you have in your laptop. Okay, so basically what I recommend you is to create one on the C, test MC, okay, test Machine Expert. So I'm going to create this folder inside another folder. So on the right part, okay, I need to use the refresh to see all the information I have. In this case, it's the M262. So Syslog files. Okay, there is a lot of information here. Just click on all of them and then move it with this button. Okay, just wait for this to finish. I didn't expect to have too many files, to be honest. I should have selected a few of them, but let's just wait. What I'm going to do now is to, after this, I'm going to delete these loggers just to show you later in the other software what to do. Okay. Okay, going to delete this part. Okay, good. So, okay, so as you can see here in my laptop now, here in my laptop, I have this me, and you have all the information. Okay, so you just zip the folder, okay, and then just send it to the technical support team. Okay, but now the other thing that is important for you is that if you're going to do this, okay, I recommend you to go to services and read the actual time of the controller just to match the same information, to have the same date and time. So it's going to be much easier for you. Okay, and for us to identify which is the what's going on. Then the other thing that we can do, this is useful when you have the Machine Expert with you, okay, but if you are not able to access to the Machine Expert because you don't have it or whatever, it is important, if it's possible, or with these cybersecurity things, that the FTP is enabled. Okay, so you can use FTP, you can be the FTP server in the PLC, and you can use a client, FTP client, to communicate and get the files. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. So in my case, I'm going to use a FileZilla. Okay, it's not a Schneider Electric software. Okay, but you can download it to us as a client in your laptop. So the first thing that we need to do is to match the IP address of the PLC that you have. Okay, which they match the IP address to be in the same network as your PLC. So one of the things that you can do is to CMD, okay, ping the PLC that you have, 62, okay, and IP config. You just need to check that you're in the same network, and I believe this one is mine. Okay, it's in the same network. Okay, and if you don't know how to change that, this is made in Windows 10. If you're using Windows 11, I really don't know. Probably it's going to be much easier. But this is how you can use network management, Ethernet adapter. You have properties, protocol 4, version 4, and then you have to configure the IP address to be in the same network. Not the same IP address, the same network. So once we are able to ping the controller, okay, we need to define in the FileZilla the host, which should be the IP address, and then the username and password. This username and password is the same that we have used in order to log in the controller using the Machine Expert. So if we open the FileZilla, okay, I'm already pointing to this folder. Okay, you can see it's that created over there. So here, IP address 62, and in this side, just have a check. I've been using LTA as a password, as I am using the previous videos. Quick connect, okay. In this case, it's asking me for certifications, okay. I'm going to, okay, trust. And then you can see you have system and users. And if you go to system, users, sorry, you have in here all the folders that we have seen on the Machine Expert. So if we open the Machine Expert, too many software at the same time, files, go back, you see there are some folders over here. It should be the same as we have on the other side, okay. But the one that we need to check is this one, Syslog. And you can see here, there is the same information as I'm going to show you here. Okay, it's the same. So using FileZilla as a client of our M262 or another controller as a FTP server, we can access to get this information. So we just need to drag and drop into our folder. Okay, yes, I'm going to trust. Okay, I'm going to trust. And then if we go to the same folder, you have the Syslogs. Okay, easy peasy. So now I already explained this part. Okay, Syslogs, perfect. Okay, so it's in here, the part of the practice. So the first part is already done. The second part is already done. Okay, and optional check the date and time. I've already explained that part. Okay, so this is the second thing that you need to provide. Okay, the Syslog file, and the previous one was the project archive. With that, it's probably going to be fair enough to continue and see what's going on. The other thing that we need is the PLC_R. That basically, if you are in the Machine Expert, you can go and check on the watch at the sec.plc_gbl, and then access to the PLC_R, and take a print screen of this to have the information. And the other thing that you can do is to access to the web server. Okay, and yes, I'm doing it on the other screen. Here, LTA LTA for this controller, login, and here diagnostics, you should be able to find in controller an idea of what's going on. Okay, just hide myself a little bit. There we go. No, there we go. So here you can have a rough idea what's going on. Take a print screen of this and also share it. So just to have more information, which is the actual state of the controller as soon as you log in. Okay. So this is it. Okay. There is another tool that I have made, which is for the operator terminal expert. Just bear with me a second. That I showed that before. Recent projects. No, it's over on the other side. The PLC and Score R have this structure, and this structure, some of the variables allows you, or not doesn't allow you, but it has a memory address, so you can use Modbus to get access to that information. I have created this some kind of diagnostic that you can have it in a different HMI, okay, made in Operator Terminal Expert. So if you simulate this using this IP address, you should be able to see in a fancy way the information of the PLC underscore R. But you will need to use the PLC. You will need to know which is the IP address and everything. So if you know the IP address, probably the much better way is to use the web server. Okay, but this is just another fancy way just to see what's going on. Okay, so it can be downloaded from the link that you're going to provide later. Another thing, you can use Modscan or another TCP client, and I need to check that information. Okay, I already showed you this part very quickly. To register, and I'm going to do this part because I don't, but basically you just need to use any other software and point to this address. Okay, and then here you have the watch to see the PLC underscore R, but I already showed you that in the previous videos. But well, we are online. Sec PLC. Okay, let me just delete this part. Sec PLC GBL, and then you have the PLC underscore R over here, and then you just take a print screen of this. Okay, so this is the third thing that is good to provide. Then I'm not going to explain all the different LED behaviors because it's going to take most time, but if you have a video with the status of the LED, it's good for us to identify which is the status. Okay, so grab the smartphone and take a video of the LEDs just to see the behavior. Okay, that's gonna it's gonna be good if you share that, so we know what happened as soon as you are in front of the PLC before doing something else. This is good. These are some of the behaviors, and this one is for the M241 and 251. The other one was for the M262. They're very the same. So this is something that you can find in the hardware manual, but if you provide the video, it's gonna be good. Okay, let me just hide myself, so in case you want to just bear with me a second. Okay, so here you have a review of what's going on. Okay, just to have it all here in the same page, and this one is for the M241 and 251. So bear with me a second. So let's continue with this. So this is one of the practice, but probably takes so much time, probably it's not. No. So basically, the idea of this was to check the behavior of the actual LEDs that you have. I have it far away, and I'm not going to do it, to be honest, because I need to bring the other camera, and it's far away, sorry. But you can check the behavior, and something important is about the flashing, because sometimes you can see fast flash, regular flash, and sometimes we don't know what it is. So here's some indication. What is the fast flash? Okay, the regular flash and the single flash, which is intensity between 1 second. Okay, so this is the idea of the fast, regular, and single flash. But if you provide the video, we can understand what's going on. And the last thing to do, okay, let me just hide myself, okay, is to have prepare some description of what's going on. Okay, so for example, the products, okay, that probably this part is gonna cover if you provide the project, okay, the hardware version, the software version. This is something important. The issue, to describe the issue, okay, which is expected behavior, what is going on, the frequency is random, no, can be if you can reproduce the issue, if it's in production or it's in planning phase, this can be related to the urgency, so we can treat the case much faster. Then the troubleshooting step, if you have done one of these parts, okay, and then additional question in case you are using another products or not, what communication are you using, okay, if you can provide the total architecture that you have, it's going to be good. Then the video about the error, that would be wonderful also. Okay, so I believe this is everything in order to have the files that we need in case the PLC just go down and it doesn't work as you expected, okay, and you have wrong indication, no communication done. So I believe this is the minimum amount of information. Probably, I know it's a lot, but it can help us to work faster. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.